And Equity CEO Dr. James Mwangi says the private sector has an opportunity to leapfrog the continent in new environmental-friendly innovations and solutions, coming on the heels of the Kusi Ideas Festival, which is one of the COP27 post-climate change conversations. Dr. Mwangi says entrepreneurship can deliver the moving goalpost of financing in the global south. He says Equity is leading in future-proofing the future generations with the right investments, and says the company has its focus on new investments around the region in environment-friendly sectors as the world cuts back on negative practices that are negatively affecting the environment.
I reflect about climate change, and looking back the last 40 years, I realize climate change is not an abstract conversation. I grew up in the village of Nyakatogo, and as I grew in the village, our homestead was surrounded by streams. And as a child, I played with mud, I chased the frogs in the streams. And of course, there were a huge number of beautiful butterflies that we could play around, a lot of caterpillars from the waterback trees. Today, when I go with my children to the village, they have no butterflies to play with. The streams have all dried. Even what was the mighty River Gondo, which we could not cross. Today, we walk down through the river without having even to lift up the trousers, simply because of the adverse effect our climate has had on nature. The fauna and flora of Nyakatogo village has completely changed. And when I think about my grandchildren, I wonder what world they will see when they go to Nyakatogo village. It will be a different world from the world I was brought in up. And it was what has inspired me to make my contribution to ensure that we had over, and I make my humble contribution to make sure we make the world better than we found it for future generations. We must accept that we hold the world in trust of future generations. And that trust, we must, for whatever reason, be able to execute on trust so that we are stewards who acted responsibly.